Howdy, guys. I wanted to give a day one update on the gas grenade Pathfinder. So this is my tree right now. I got the +1 poison from here. Damaging aliens deal faster. I'm about to grab some AoE right here. Got some AoE down here, which feels super nice. Got some movement speed for leveling. I'm at the beginning of Act 4, so like Cruel, Act 1. Got the double poison right here, and this is kind of worthless. And yeah, so a quick update. I found out a couple things while playing this. So this kind of is meant for anybody who wants to play this or is playing this. I would prioritize AoE and skill effect duration. I wasn't sure if less skill effect duration and because this is a really long fuse time, and it's going to get longer in the future. Wasn't sure if it'd feel worse because of the delayed damage. It kind of does. It feels like crap anyways because it takes so long to spread and get the AoE out. So what I found is that persistence on it makes the gas cloud last 9.24 seconds, which feels super comfy with AoE. So the plan for this build is to scale skill effect duration. I'm going to go with long fuse, which is a support gem that gives. I have any support gems? No. Support gem that makes it 50% increased skill effect duration, but 30% more damage, and just have them sit out. This build feels really good with AoE. I'll go kind of clear while I'm talking. So the way the playstyle is, you pop these down. The extra projectile feels really good too. You only have 6 of these out at a time, 6 clouds out at a time. But this feels. Oh, I think I have magnified effect. Yeah, here we go. This is how it's supposed to look. So you just pop stuff down. It's not the highest damage yet. A lot of the scaling comes from flat damage from rings and good bow and a bunch of stuff. Towards the end game, burning ground. So that's one of the actually perfect opportunity to talk about one of the downsides is burning ground. That happens, which can be good. It can feel okay sometimes. Sometimes it feels like crap because you want to just put the poison. You want to just saturate the screen with the poison cloud, and you can't because the burning mobs hit. But this is the playstyle. You basically just shoot grenades around. It feels really good in areas with high pack density because your damage output stays the same whether there's one monster or there's 100 of them chasing you, and it's super safe. You get to run around and just hide. Overall, I'd say the playstyle is a bit clunky, especially early on. It just started feeling good, maybe level 40. Before that, it just felt really bad trying to aim the grenades. One downside to this is you can't. You can only shoot the grenades so far away. So if you shoot them at your feet right here, instead of landing right here, they'll land that far away, which does not feel okay until you have a lot of AoE. And it's also kind of a different playstyle. Usually in PoE, you shoot the monsters. In this, it's kind of more like what I would consider a real trap build, where you kind of saturate an area. See these guys here. Oh, these guys have fire release, so it's not really a good demo. But what I'll usually do is just kind of run around and just saturate the screen, and then just have them chase me back through the smog if I need to. Whereas you can't, especially if enemies move a lot, you can't really attack where they are because they're gonna move and chase you. So you have to just kind of play like this a little bit more, which I like. This in this area it looks super. The gas cloud looks kind of weird, the animation. But yeah, so this is the play style. I would say if I could go back and do it again, league start. This is again only we're at the beginning of day 2 right now. Just hopped on, and I would say that I would have played gas arrow ignite, the flame wall setup, and done a hit build for a little bit longer. The poison doesn't scale super good early on, and until you get the AoE node down there, and the extra projectile was what made it feel really good all of a sudden. But this is how it plays. There's a lot of stuff with burning ground in this map. This isn't usually how it plays, but usually you can just saturate the screen up and run around and hide. Bosses, same thing. I'll try to post a clip of a boss. You'll probably see one at some point. I'll be streaming today, so I'll get a clip there from bosses. But it's pretty comfy on bosses. The damage isn't super high. It's about as high as my buddy who's playing Huntress right now. He's playing an elemental spear build. But the playstyle is super chill because you put on Conk Effect and you pop these things down, and then you can just run around and basically infinite hide like this. So you're getting 3 to 4 poisons on it right now. I'm gonna fix that here soon, but with some points. Yeah, that's the build so far. Downsides, clunky playstyle for sure. Feels better with AoE, but sometimes the grenades fall off the edge of the map, like the boss in the Titan's grotto. He's a super pain because they introduce some element of randomness into their grenades, so you can't place them exactly where you want all the time. But see, this is a good example because see how I shot one over here. Now the whole area is saturated. And as I get more AoE, this will be even bigger. The goal is to just have like, 6 of these grenades out at almost all times and just saturating the screen. Like this whole area here is now smog. That's kind of how it looks a little more. Clunky playstyle, burning ground or ignited stuff. I wish there was a way to make it not explode. Here's a rare. So you can see some rare damage. Pop it up here. There we go. So where's the rare at? There it is. I'll saturate this area and then just have the rare chase me on through. Oh, geez. I'm trying to like hover his life. Oh, he has regen on. Yeah, I'm lucky. Yeah, I'm never gonna kill him. He has a lot of regen. That's scary. Maybe with conk effect. Yeah, he's ignited somehow too. Don't know how that happened. Now with conk effect on, you just kind of want the same thing. Yeah, he's not gonna die. Pros of the build, I think it's on the upside. It's gonna feel really good once I get more AoE and damage. I'm still missing a poison from the top right of the tree. I'd show you what this regener. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy kill me so I can show you guys. But like this node up here gives an extra poison, which gets doubled by your Pathfinder node. So we're still missing like, 33% more damage on this. And some AoE right here. I'm gonna prioritize AoE with how good it feels. I'm gonna, if you saw the initial video, I'm going to deviate from that POB a little bit and prioritize AoE on this because it feels incredible. This also scales AoE from gem level. I think at gem level 20, it has a base radius of, what does it say? Says it on here. Yeah, impact radius is 1.7. I think the base radius at level 20's level is like 2.0. Doesn't scale from quality. Quality gives it cooldown, which doesn't really matter. You can only have 6 of these out at a time. There's also one other mechanic I want to talk about briefly. So it feels like, how am I still? Oh, I paused. I'm used to playing I've been playing in a party lately, so I'm used to just dying when I do that. But so each of these ticks, you see he's at 4, 3, 2 poisons right there. I think that has to do with poison duration. So what I think happens is each one of these clouds puts down a basically a poison AoE, which obviously we know that, but I think that poison AoE ticks, right? So I think that tick has like a duration of it. Because I do notice that they get poisoned if they leave. So watch, we'll do this. I don't have a lot of poison duration, so it's hard, but see they leave. And instead of going to 0 as soon as they leave, they scale down 3, 2, 1. Is actually where I'm going next. That's perfect. So instead of like just going to 0, I'm like, okay, I'm no longer in the poison cloud. I'm no longer taking poison damage. I think it puts like an actual poison on the enemy and then it ticks down. What I've also noticed is that when I put on comorbidity, comorbidity gives +1 poison and 20% less duration. I noticed that I really can't keep them at max poison stacks because that you get less duration from this node right here. So I think, and you get it from comorbidity. So even though they're standing in the cloud, the ticks aren't lasting long enough to keep them like at full poison stack. So I think some poison duration scaling actually on this isn't completely worthless. I also have some sources of damaging ailments deal faster, which is a huge DPS increase, especially for this build, but you have to kind of find that break point of, okay, if they're standing in the cloud, do they stay at 4 poisons, right? But this is, yeah. This is just based off of what I've gathered. No idea if it's true or not. It's just kind of how it feels when I play it. So maybe some more testing is required. There's no real PoE wiki for this yet that explains a lot of these mechanics that have been tested, but from my experience on it, that's how it feels. So that's why I think people don't run comorbidity with the gas arrow builds from last league that were played, with the actual poison versions of it. But again, can't tell for sure. So anyways, that's the update. Build feels really good right now. Really stoked on it. I think it's going to be a really good endgame build. I'm going to try to 0 to hero this build. So I will keep progression updates probably daily for the first 3 days, and then any major updates I'll post after that in case anybody else is playing it or wants to switch into it. It is a good build. I would recommend it. you know, as of Act 4 right now, but maybe that changes at endgame. So we'll see. Because I feel like you got to be really tanky to play this build too. So a lot of defense is required because look how long stuff stays alive. So we'll see how it feels late game. But thanks, guys. I hope everyone's having a good league start. Bye.